Ain't nobody stupid. So we're not playing that game. Call it like it is. Balls are balls and strikes are strikes. Let's go, Acho.
These are my dogs, too. Shout out to everything they do on 4th and 1. I do not have an issue with somebody not playing giving a take. It's not my issue at all. It is when your take becomes damning, belittling, or demeaning.
Did y'all hear that? He said it. I went through that whole thing with Cam and that little song and dance, and Cam misread it. It wasn't about you didn't play. It's about, oh, you didn't play and you going there on them? Personal. Let him tell you.
That's when it's like, whoa. Particularly the nature of the take.
When you make it personal.
Yeah. Like, I don't have an issue with somebody not playing, right? I didn't play I played at the highest level, but I didn't play at the highest level of the highest level.
Told you about that insecurity. It's real. It's real. Acho, like, y'all done beat it into Acho, that dog, he's less than sometimes. I mean, look, he just said, I didn't play at the highest level. How does that even leave your mouth if you went to Texas and played in the NFL? But you know why? Because them comments, all them things y'all be saying, y'all got to his mental health to make the man think he ain't even playing the NFL. Then he had to correct himself. Freud said, we telling ourselves.
So, like, I ain't got an issue with, please give your takes if you didn't play. In the chat, we love y'all's takes. But, like, you can't be like, man, like, this dude don't even know what it takes to be great. You know how hard it is to make it to the league? Any league.
There you go.
Any league.
There you go.
Tennis, track, MLS, like any league. So when you see people saying like, yo, man, like this dude is a complete bum. He don't know what it takes. He ain't got the heart. T, I was talking to my friend about this the other day.
Before you talk to your friend about it the other day, talk to your old friend right here, right now, today. Here we go. That is pretty insulting. I mean, there's not a greater dig in the world, tell me if there is, than someone who didn't do it telling you you can't do it. You won't do it. I think worse than can't do it is won't do it. Because can't do it means like there's a limit. Like either you won't get the opportunity or you ain't built for it. But won't do it, it sounds like even if everything changes, everything works for it, you won't do it. Jesus. They both probably end in the same place, but it just feels like when somebody say, man, you won't. Like you can't hit me, you can't squabble, or whatever. You won't. What'd you say? Like I won't? You never know. So I know that dig. And that dig hurts because it's like we are in a world where Stephen A. Smith has a megaphone and a platform so loud that you can actually say that and it actually becomes fodder. It becomes something that even Zion has to work against. It's a headwind. It's a barrier. People are looking at him like, yeah, he look like he can't win. He won't win. What? I get that dig. And then if you're Acho, who's like, yo, I played at the highest level, but didn't play as well as I wanted, whatever. You just killed someone bigger than me, big bro in the league, big bro in the sports world. What you think about me? See, that's what we're really reacting to. What you saying about me? And if you saying that about him, which is higher than me in the sports world, well, then I'm going to look down at you. Because who in the hell are you to say it?
The reason I always brag about going to private school and all that other stuff is because I'm not insecure. I know if push comes to shove, I had to run through 6'3", 335-pound men's face mask. And I did it. So I don't need to act tough. When push comes to shove, I know I am tough. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So because I did it, I actually know what it takes to do it. I also know what it takes to have limitations and not being able to do it. That's why I actually can critique when dudes don't get it done. Because I'm like, that seven cut from the slot, that's harder to guard than you think. I got beat on it a lot. And so my issue was in response to what Stephen A. was saying about Zion. Not that Stephen A. was saying anything about Zion. If you ain't played, give your take. But you just got to be mindful of like, bro, you don't even have the competency of what it takes to achieve at that level or to get to that level in achievement. So you don't even know what you don't know.
Damn. That's a clip right there. Here's the thing. And this is not clout chasing, but this is some of the cons that come with Stephen A. Smith. Because Stephen A. Smith is like, look, I asked to be an athlete because I participated. I wanted to be a pro athlete. You never want to participate. I know like 0.001% of the guys. There was one at Dartmouth that I played against my senior year that don't want to go pro, but they playing. 99.99% of all guys playing and gals want to go pro. Problem is, pro tells you no. So you adjust. You go to a smaller school. You adjust. Okay, you stop at this level. You adjust. Stephen A. Smith, he adjusted, and his adjustment has turned out great, right? So now he's like, I got high, but not high enough. I played in college, did I? Or my kneecap, whatever. High school at least. And then that's it. I adjusted, and I can't talk about what I did. I can't talk about what I see. Because when he says greatness, this is to defend him, even though I don't agree with this. When I talk about greatness and can you do it or can you not, I have references, right? Just like when you selling your house, you have comps. Have you been in every one of those houses? Did you live in those houses? Did you really know if it was worth that? No. You just know what it says. You know what it does. You know the outline. He knows the outline of greatness. Stephen A. Smith does. It's not that hard to figure out, too. You can see the extremes like in Jordan and Kobe and Brady. And then you can see some of the lower levels, guys just barely, like they say Trent Dilfer or something like that. You know what I mean? We've seen it. Champions that, different degrees and spectrum. So, Stephen A., I hear you.
And so that's really my tension. If you've never played at all, please give your takes. But just be mindful of where to draw the line in giving your takes. That's why whenever Shady's like, Acho, watch how you talk about so I'm like, you know what? You're right. I was never an all-pro, let alone a perennial all-pro. So I always defer to Shady when we have these conversations. I'm like, you know what? I know what it takes to make it to the league. I had a couple games where I actually played at a high level. As a special teamer, I genuinely played at a high level consistently.
Okay, Al Bundy, shut that shit. Let me stop. That just sounded real poke high right there. I made a couple games. And whatever. We all got it. I had a couple good years. I know what you're saying, brother. Here's the thing. We're asking Stephen A. Smith to do something that we shouldn't ask because he made the adjustment to go from player to journalist to the top of media. And he did it because Acho said you got to know where to draw the line. When everything flipped, everything changed in sports media is when those who knew where the line was crossed it. Those who knew what that line looked like and where it was were habitual line steppers. Those guys are the ones who were rewarded. Skip Bayless knew where the line was. Forget that, Westbrook. He knew where the line was. LeBron James was the chosen one, the king. Oh, forget him. Every game he does, there's something he could have did more. They knew where the line was. They played us. They played us so hard because it went from hello and welcome, and LeBron James just had an epic performance, 42 points. What do you think, Bill? Oh, my God. Haven't seen someone play this well. You know what I mean? We went through that. And then they were like, yeah, he gave us 42, but I don't know if y'all were really watching because in the fourth quarter, last time I checked, he wasn't really into it. What the fuck? He just had 42. They're going to have to see them again, and when they see them in the playoffs, I bet you 42 won't be enough. Welcome. We have been expecting you. The barbershop said yes, right? That's how the game goes, man. And we can't blame them because we gave it to them. We did. Thank you for the super chat, Chaotic Jester. Thank you, big dog. Hey, we did it.
So if you didn't ever play, I'm just like, just be mindful how much you demean when you truly like, bro, my coach, I was tackling Peyton Hillis in the open field. You remember Peyton Hillis?
Yes.
Peyton Hillis. Tackling Peyton Hillis in the open field. Peyton Hillis catches a check down. I'm 12 yards away. Hardest thing to do in football, make an open field tackle, especially versus 6'2", 235-pound corn-fed white boy. I'm running towards him. He running towards me. He looks me in my eye. Boom, boom, I go low. Bam! Hit him in the kneecap. He twirls. Jenkins makes the tackle. My coach, Acho, square him up. Run through him. Coach, you run through him. Because you don't know what running through Peyton Hillis feels like. This is Rick Minner. Rick Minner is the father of Jesse Minner. Jesse Minner, current head coach. Yeah, Rick Minner was my linebacker coach in Philly. Acho, run through him. Man, coach, I got a partially torn MCL and a torn groin. I'm just glad I got him down.
Hey, Hey, we having war stories on here. Oh, this is my type of hydration situation. Hey, that's real. At the same time, first of all, that is not the hardest thing to do is tackle Peyton Hillis in the open field. You want to know what the hardest thing? Tackle Antonio Brown in the open field. Jesus. Terrell Owens in the open field. Like, you want to talk some open field? Anyway, I know what he's trying to say. He's like, it's hell to pay no matter which way you go. And we all have sat there before and looked at the other person giving the instructions, the person with the title, the person with the accolade, the person with the authority, whatever it may be, and said, you do it. I got kids right now, 5, 7, and 10. When they teachers give them homework, their teachers tell them to do something, I literally had a parent-teacher conference yesterday. You know what the kids say sometimes? Why we got to do that? You do it. You know what I mean? So you could be in the classroom and think this is not unique to sports. Everyone always who has to go through the grind, the supervisor says, we need a lot more today. You know, the police chief who's saying, hey guys, you know, we're under our quota. Everybody like, well, you go. Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So that was my stance on it. If you ain't play ball, give your take. It's just be mindful of how much cayenne pepper you put in the back of that take. That's what I'm really getting
I think for me, whether you played or you didn't play, just never try not to make it personal.
I know what you're saying, TJ. Shout out to the homie. The incentives are shaping the behavior. I have not fully realized my potential in sports media journalism, in part is because I don't make it personal, or I don't make it personal enough. I don't go in. Think about what we're saying. We're saying give a take that's a little more generic. Give a take that's a little more round instead of pointed. If I had given, because y'all know I ain't dumb, so I could come up with these takes. It's a formula. If I had said, forget it, dog, I'm going in. You ain't gonna outsmart me. You ain't gonna out-joke me. What you gonna say? So the point is, the ones who won, the winners, have made it personal. Think about how many personal takes you heard from Skip, Stephen A, Colin. Now, there's another side to that of people who are up there who are not doing the personal ones. Pat McAfee, Dan Patrick. You can get up there another way. It's a different way, though. Both of those guys, which is interesting, had to go around. You know, Dan Patrick was the man, and then he had to leave ESPN, and then he did it, though. Pat McAfee, they wouldn't let him in ESPN, then he did it, though. So if you don't, look, I'm not going to tell anybody who's coming up, if you want to get up there, you want to take the helicopter, the meteoric rise, make it personal. Oh, that wasn't enough? Y'all want some more? Well, check out the link in my bio, Hydration Situation Live. Blah, blah, blah. Discipline isn't complicated. It's daily. And I'm starting a 30-day hydration challenge, and I want you in. This isn't some crazy reset. It's simple. Hydrate every day, move your body, build one habit, and stick to it for 30 days. If you've been falling off, this is your reset. This is what I'm using during the challenge. VINIA Blood Flow Hydration. It's a 2-in-1 hydration solution. Premium electrolytes plus the power of VINIA for better blood flow. Better blood flow helps move hydration and nutrients exactly where your body needs it. That means better electrolyte delivery, more physical energy, and more mental alertness during the day. This is how I'm upgrading my hydration. The challenge is free. You just register through the link. And when you sign up, you get 20% off VINIA Hydration. And just for showing up, there'll be daily prizes, weekly prizes, over $10,000 in grand prizes. One simple habit, 30 days. Join the challenge with me. It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.
Because I believe the purpose.
Time to hydrate. Hydration situation, so.